Man, I've got certain information, all right? Certain things have come to light, and, you know, has it ever occurred to you that instead of, running around blaming me, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple,
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Look here, curveball. Up here where the sun is, that's during the eclipse. Look right here at this glint. That's 180 from what I really saw. That's what it would look like with the naked eye. This here is where the sun was one day before. So there's no way it could come down here and block that. If you'll see it in a good imager or on your television, you'll see a star right there. Okay, I'm going to play more here later. But go ahead and take a look at the footage from real stars with people with their telescopes. I'm going to add that to the footage.
From Wonders of the Solar System is Professor Brian Cox.
Can you please help her? Can you please help her?
So you've got the Earth's gravity, which depends on its mass, really, how much stuff is in the Earth. It's pulling it down, pulling it down. So you can imagine there's a force on the ground. And the bigger you build the thing, the more the force is. And it's actually on Earth, the mountain Mauna Kea, which is one of the Hawaiian volcanoes. It's actually taller than Everest. If you've got a big enough planet with enough gravity, essentially, then anything that gets too big will sink. And gravity just works in it. It doesn't count. Into a circle, to a sphere, it doesn't count. And then you look out into the solar system, the little moons, less than about 150 miles across or something like that, have not got enough gravity, so they're all misshapen. It's called the potato radius. So you get the potato shape. If I want to make that into a ball, then I have to apply enough force to overcome if I don't apply enough force, then it'll stay like some sort of misshapen, potato shape. Our beautiful spherical Earth.
It's because gravity attracts everything towards the centre that they form as spheres.
Because gravity doesn't care about direction, it will form a shape. Now, the only shape in nature that looks the same is a sphere.
But gravity gives planets a helping hand to form that perfect shape.
Now imagine, over millions and millions of years as the Earth grows, how many millions and millions of pieces of rock smash into the Earth and it grow.
Its solid core, making it even easier for the sphere to form.
I believe it already.
So that's what gravity is doing, really. It's acting as a force that's squashing it down, and it'll turn it into a sphere because it acts the same in every direction.
Professor Brian Cox, is it the truth or were you telling a lie?
It was a lie.
It was a lie.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor,
Okay, curveball. I want to go ahead and show you this movie here. It's from a middle school. And what I want you to pay attention to is where the cursor is around the sun there. When the orb gets right in front of it, between it and the camera, you'll see it's like the bulb of the sun goes away and you just see the center. It gets very small. And it'll rotate around and you'll see the shadow on the ground. And then note from the horizon down here, can't be more than like 350 miles. They're only like 100,000 feet in the air. This is a middle school again. I've also included some 1984 quotes that relate to the flat earth. Again, that book was written in the 40s or 50s prior to NASA. So think about that. Then maybe you should go look at some high altitude balloon footage with wide angle lens that shows the sun and the moon appear very close, not far away. Okay.
The heresy of heresies was common sense, and what was terrifying was not that they would kill you for thinking otherwise, but that they might be right. For, after all, how do we know that 2 plus 2 make 4? Or that the force of gravity works? Or that the past is unchangeable? And there is disease, pain, and death. O'Brien silenced him with a movement of his hand. We control matter because we control the mind. Reality is inside the skull. You will learn by degrees, Winston. There is nothing that we could not do. Invisibility, levitation, anything. But the whole universe is outside of us. Look at the stars. Some of them are 1,000,000 light years away. They are out of reach forever. What are the stars? Said O'Brien indifferently. They are bits of fire a few kilometers away. We could reach them if we wanted to, or we could blot them out. The Earth is the center of the universe. The sun and the stars go around it. For certain purposes, of course, that is not true. When we navigate the ocean or when we predict an eclipse, we often find it convenient to assume that the Earth goes round the sun and that the stars are millions upon millions of kilometers away. But what of it? Do you suppose it is beyond us to produce a dual system of astronomy? The stars can be near or distant, according as we need them. Do you suppose our mathematicians are unequal to that?